12 for the tournament with 3 holes to play. And if he can drop in a few more birdies here, although it'll be difficult with the 4th toughest hole and the toughest hole in 16 and 18 respectively ahead of him, if he can drop a few more birdies, he could overtake Bryson DeChambeau for the FedEx Cup points lead.
And he has not birdied a final 3 hole this week. He's got a bunch of pars, bogeyed 16 yesterday, bogeyed 18 in round 2. So a tough task, but another good week. And, right now, even with a few pars coming in, that's Dennis Paulson going to match the round of the day for Stewart Cink. So you win week 1, you play solidly again, and possibly another top 10 in week 2. Good start to the year for Stewart Cink.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Just a few minutes ago, Keegan Bradley, Brant Snedeker, and Stewart Cink were all right together on the leaderboard. You go, man, that's something that happened, I'm sure, 10 years ago, quite often, up near the top of the leaderboard.
Let's get back down to Mark Carnevale.
And from the left side of the fairway here at the par 4 second, 110 to this back left hole location. There is a slope that's short of this hole, so this hole is a bit up on a plateau. Ideally, you'd want to be a little short and right. If you get it left at all, it shouldn't spin down that slope. Coming off the short miss back at the first, Davis at 14 under with the sand wedge. Makes contact, flights this one down. This is turning a little bit to the left, lands about pin high, sticks there. He's going to hang on there. Really good shot for Davis. That'll be inside 10 feet for birdie, trying to get it to 15 under here at the second.
All these little soft edges. Carney wanted to believe that it was going to stay there, but you're never quite sure. I think that's one of the great things about this golf course. The greens aren't very big, but they play even smaller there. There's not nearly as many backboards and sideboards that bring the ball and gather the ball. They're trying to push away from the hole more than anything.
Garcia, the outright leader here early in a Sunday. He'll be next, Carn.
And 108, ball a little bit above his feet. A couple little waggles for Sergio now. Draws the club back down 3/4 of the way. This is a much higher shot, working right to left. This has pretty good distance. Ooh, catches that slope. Fortunately, sits right there. That's going to be short of the hole. That should be just outside 15 feet for Garcia. He'll have that for a birdie to get the 16 under.
Good smart shot. Pushing it, putting it more in the middle of the fairway, being somewhat aggressive and not being as aggressive as Cameron Davis was, getting that behind the hole. You never know where that ball's going to go when it just gets past the hole there. It can slope right off the green. But two good plays from the final players in that final group.
All right, Peter Malnati shot -4 on his front 9 with the 4 birdies and no bogeys. And now here on 10, the par 3 put it to 16 feet. So he's got a chance to get the 5 under on his round and -14 for the tournament. Of course, he likes this place. 2016 Sanderson Farms Championship. Peter Malnati.
Third hole's a par 5, easiest on the front 9. You got to get one there, I'm thinking, Doug Bell.
At the par 5 third, Aaron Wise put his second shot into the greenside bunker that sits back off about 15-20 yards. So he's got 46 yards to the hole. Takes a full swing out of that bunker. Ball lands up under the green and rolls out with that overspin and rolls all the way up below the hole about 7 feet. That is a job well done. That's a birdie putt coming up for Aaron Wise to get to 14 under par.
That is a good shot. I mean, it's not easy getting the ball close to the hole there at all from that long distance for a bunker play. And the par 5, as you mentioned earlier, you got to get it. You got to take care of business at number 3 today.
Sergio took care of business at 1 with a birdie putt. He's got a shorter one coming up for another one at the second in 60 seconds.
Imagine a one-stop service for world.
Just outside 7 feet. This is a little bit uphill, and we'll turn to his left, looking for a birdie start. As Garcia now in over it. Draws that putter back, makes contact by working up to the hole, and he didn't hit it hard enough. And that ball just kind of stayed to the right and didn't have enough pace on it, so a missed opportunity for Garcia. He looks up into the sky a little bit, makes par here at the second. He remains at 15 under.
The sky ain't where that ball came up short from. Came up short from the putter not being swung hard enough, but Sergio Garcia has gotten off to a great start. The nerves seem to be there. The stroke was left a little short there, but he made the one at 1, so he's doing what he needs to do. So far, Karn.
Now, Cameron Davis, after the really good approach from behind the hole, just 6 feet. If anything, the ball will try to work to his right. Back through, ball tracking up to the hole, and that one misses. Two short misses in a row for Cameron Davis. He'll tap in for his par, and he remains at 14 under.
That's disappointing right there. That was a really good opportunity to make one there. And his putting this week has been actually pretty nicely. Strokes gained putting today, not so well. But, I mean, he was first in the opening round and third in the third round. Didn't putt very well in the second round. So hopefully it's not going to continue that way. To putt well, not putt well, and then not putt well again. He's sixth overall in strokes gained putting, but that's not the start you want to this point.
So after two, it's still Sergio Garcia in front by one. Doug Bell?
You're at number 3, Aaron Wise, just 5 feet for birdie. The putter behind the ball. The stroke sends it up to the cup, and it misses left. Oh, me. That broke much more than he anticipated. Looked like he was aiming for a straight putt and just made a hard turn in front of the cup. So just a par for Aaron Wise, and he stays at 13 under.
That's a little disappointing right there for Aaron. You got to get on that little bit of a run early. And now he's playing nothing but holes that have played over par for the next hour or so.
Yeah, and, it's been a tough stretch, but if someone could find something in that stretch of golf, that's where you can maybe make up some ground with Sergio doing exactly what you need to. All these three co-leaders, and Sergio Garcia was the one that picked up the early birdie, and so far, a couple of pars for JT Poston, a couple of pars for Cameron Davis, and that birdie, a 10-footer at the first, has Sergio in the lead through 2 holes with 16 to go, a long ways away in a tough finishing stretch. We've at least had a birdie, one today at 18, the toughest hole of the day coming in, Doug.
Yeah, that is going to be tough. It's always tough at 18. That hole location is tricky. JT Poston out here at number 3, laid up in the first cut over on the right side. So he's got a good angle to this back left-hand corner. He's 113 yards. And now gets set again. JT hits everything, his feet very close together. An effortless swing. In fact, everything he does is just so nonchalant. And there's the swing with the wedge, watching this fly to the sky. And now down on the green, safely in the middle. Leaves himself about 20 feet. That'll be for birdie try. A right to left breaker coming up here for JT Poston, trying to get to 15 under.
Yeah, and I think the thing with JT Poston and the feet close together, it's not a power swing. It's more of a precision swing, and I think that's where his game kind of is. He gets most of his power actually from just soft hands and how the club kind of whips past the golf ball, but he doesn't do it so much with his lower body. It's a softer swing, and JT Poston actually, I love his action because the tempo and everything he does is so smooth and slow.
5 minutes ago, we talked about Stuart St. Earl. He had not birdied 16, 17, or 18 through the first 3 rounds. Well, today he got it done. 16, a back right hole location from 146 to 2 feet makes the birdie. So Stuart Sink back-to-back birdies now. -7 on his round, -13 for the tourney.
Might need one more, and then he's got to worry about everybody else and what they do a little later on. But he has an opportunity. Depends upon how it all, pans out to take over the FedEx Cup lead if he could maybe make one more birdie.
He certainly does, and 2 more birdies. He may have a chance to get win number 2 early this season, Doug.
Brent Snedeker's third shot from 69 yards now on the way from the right-hand rough here at the par 5 third. That ball flies up and now down onto the putting surface and gets a nice hop forward and a roll out towards the hole. And it'll finally come to rest. That's outside 25 feet or so. So a long birdie try coming up for Brent Snedeker out here at number 3.
Par 5, you got to kind of make one up there. You got to get a birdie early, I think, on this front 9. If you're even par through 3 holes, it's a little bit of an uphill climb to get it under par on that front 9, the way that front 9's playing.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, Dennis. We have not really had, look, Stuart Sink's round. He did make some birdies on the front 9, birdie 4, 6, and 8 in that stretch. So he got something there. Not a lot of players have. You just can't expect to do it in that tough stretch after the first 3. So advantage early, Sergio Garcia. He's got a par 5 now. See if he can keep that lead or maybe extend it, Chick.
And Peter Malnati did blister that front side with that 4 unders with birdies at 1, 3, 4, and 8. And now here a birdie at number 10 from 16 feet. So Malnati at -5 for the day, -14 for the tournament with 8 holes to go.
Very rarely do you have a par 3 that plays 20 yards longer and it becomes easier. You know, and I think it all has to do with hole location. The ball wants to get towards that back of the green, and with that being the situation, there's a lot more opportunities at number 10 because it's been one of the hardest holes through 3 rounds, but not anywhere near that in this final round.
And there's your other guy that got something going on that front 9 section that was tougher, and now birdie's number 10. So Malnati, 14 under, Carney.
Out here at the par 5, third hole, Sergio Garcia has missed the fairway left in the left rough. Cameron Davis has hit it in the right side of the fairway. May give this a go, but tough hole location back left today.
Let's go to the green there, Doug Bell.
JT Poston giving it one last look from behind. His birdie putt will be 24 feet away. Shadow on this gorgeous Sunday. Lines up right behind his golf ball. Gives it a couple of practice strokes and then inches that putter just behind the ball. Gets the knees and the feet just right, and the stroke sends the ball on the way, rolling towards the hole, making a right to left turn, up at the hole, and just misses on the left side of the cup. Gave it a little knee bend just as it got to the hole and would not go down. So he will walk up and finish. I mean, he's just a couple inches past. And JT Poston will start his Sunday round with 3 straight pars. He stays at 14 under.
Kind of similar to what he did yesterday. Kind of a slow start, didn't really do much. Got hot a little later on, but man, we're talking about these first 3 holes. I think you need to pick one up. If you can stay calm and not really press, that'll be okay. But it's hard to stay patient if guys are starting to make birdies early and you haven't.
And a big chance for Sergio and Cameron Davis alongside Adam. Par 5, and that's the easiest one on the front, and a chance to maybe pick up one early, and then what are you going to do the rest of that front 9? That's a question, Doug Bell.
Brant Snedeker sends his birdie try on the way from 24 feet here at the third, on the way climbing the hill, and that misses over the right side. It looked like Brant was playing for a little maybe right to left turn, and it just never did. A little bit past the hole, but again, Sneds will maneuver this to stay at 13 under, 3 straight pars to start his final round.
Well, he shot 67 yesterday, Dennis, to get himself in the mix without a birdie on any of the par 5s. Has not birdied that third hole at all this week. 4 pars of that par 5 third. So, not something that Snedeker has been doing, take advantage of the par 5s this week or this weekend. But, today's a different day. You've only got one.
Went left, caught one of the big oak trees on the left-hand side, and the ball actually kicked left and backwards. He's somewhere in the 140-yard range, but looking right of a big oak tree, maybe trying to hit a big hook and try to chase it up to the right side of this green. So Cameron Davis was aggressive, but a mistake, and we'll see if he's able to somehow get out of here with a par. He's in an opening, but again, there's some oak trees in front of him. He's looking to a window that's to the right of the oak tree that's directly in front of him. This comes out, catches some of the leaves, trying to hook this ball. And this ball lands on the front of the green and onto the green. What a shot for Cameron Davis. That's going to be a long way away, outside of 35 feet. But a heck of a shot for Davis. He will have a birdie look.
Yeah, with that being that far off the beaten path with the shot that he hit there to get it to where he's gotten, I think he's very happy with that opportunity to relatively easily save par. And sadly, it's par 5, but got himself out of position card.
Yes, he did. He has escaped, and see if he can capitalize now. Sergio, after laying it up, 92 yards. Again, this is a back left hole location, but it's back up on a little plateau. If you get it more than 10 feet right of the hole, the ball will trickle to the right. Of course, there's a bunker left, and you don't want to go long. Sergio from 92 yards, feet close together, draws that sand wedge back. Nice, smooth, fluid swing. Divot flies up. This ball lands just short and left of the flagstick. Sticks there. That'll be inside 15 feet. So Sergio will have a look for birdie to go to 16 under here at the third.
Nice play right there. I mean, that's really, it's funny where our hole location is. It left of the hole is actually the fatter side of the green, even though it's measured off that left-hand side. Not a lot of room, as Carney mentioned, right of the hole where you're going to lose it and work farther away from the hole. Could even go off the green if it takes any kind of a kick into that closely mown area. So a nice play for Sergio Garcia.
With a 1-shot lead right now, Sergio one up on 3 other players, one beside him with Cameron Davis, JT Poston just up ahead, and Peter Malnati on the back 9, still with 8 holes to play. So Stuart Sink maybe too far back, 2 back with 2 to go. to be a factor as far as the win goes. But you've got Malnati just starting the back nine and making another birdie. I mean, he's got an opportunity to maybe put up a number well ahead of the leaders, 8 holes ahead of that final group today, to see if it's enough, as he's gotten within one of Sergio, who's got this par 5 and then heads to that tough stretch for the next hour and a half or so.
Yeah, Earl, we've talked about it a lot this week. There's horses for courses, but there's not a type of horse. If you like this golf course, you play well here. It's amazing. If you've played well here, you continue to play well here. It doesn't matter if you're a long hitter, a short hitter, or anything. There's something about the golf course that gravitates towards certain people, and they show up here and they play well, no matter how they've been playing throughout the year. And Peter Malnati is another one of them. He loves this place, and he's really got a nice round going right now here on the back nine.
Prime opportunity for Stuart Sink. He had a 6-footer on 17 for birdie and missed. And so Sink, with the par at 17, heads to the toughest hole on the course, number 18, but Sink at minus 13 for the tournament.
That one's got to hurt a little bit. Man, 6 feet for a possible birdie to pick one more up, 8 under in his round. He's playing a great round of golf, but man, he wanted that one, I'm sure.
Back to Mark Carnevale at the third.
Well, the fact that Cameron Davis has a birdie attempt is a good thing. Sort of the bad thing is it's from 41 feet, putting from the front center of the screen to the back left. It is uphill the whole way and should move from his right to left as he starts it to the right, trying to come back left, holding the finish, and just not going to come back left enough. Not a bad run from that distance. Looks like it's going to be an easy par, though. After a poor second, Davis will tap in for his par. He'll remain at 14 under with a par here at 3.
Yeah, it's a par 5. A little disappointing that he didn't give himself a little better opportunity, but after that second shot so far left, trying to hit driver off the deck and got really out of position. That's a really solid effort to try to make a simple par and head forward and live to fight another day without dropping a shot.
Yeah, and then you have to fight, for a while and not to drop shots. The next stretch of golf, the next 6 holes, the next, from 4 till 9, the next 5 on this front 9 are going to be difficult, and you got to get those birdies early, at least. And Sergio's got one so far, and that's a difference, Mark Carnevale.
And he's had 2 good looks already. Made the one at the first, missed the one at the second. Now 9 feet here at the third. As I looked at this putt, it may just try to trickle a little left. This is one of those that I think if you give it enough pace, it should hold the line and not move. But then, of course, you risk running it past the hole. Sergio settles in over it. Eyes down at the golf ball. Now closed. Putter back. Ball away. Working up to the cup. And he dropped it. Nice putt here at the third for Garcia. Now 2 under for the day. 16 under for the tournament with a birdie here at 3.
Yeah, it's a great start for Sergio Garcia. I had to look up proximity to the hole because he's hit it so solid these first 3 holes. Naturally, he's leading. He's only played 3 holes. But how about the average distance? 8 feet 6 inches for Sergio Garcia. Can't ask for a much better start than that, whether you make the birdies or not. Ball striking is there.
And he has made the birdies, and there's another one. So basically a 9.5-footer and a 9-footer there for Sergio, knocking those putts in, and he can get frustrated from that distance at times and has at times, but hitting the ball so well, and he's knocking in those putts 2 or 3 for the birdies on that 3-hole stretch to start. So Sergio by 2, check.
6th green now for Tyler McCumber, who's birdied the 4th hole, the 5th hole, and now has 20 feet here on number 6 for the turkey of 3 straight birdies after that opening bogey for Tyler McCumber right now at -1 on his round. This ball on the way. Should head down the hill towards that cup. Doesn't have enough. It's just on the front lip. Oh, McCumber with a par here remains -1 for the day, -12 for the tournament.
Maybe 2 dimples short. I mean, that was just right there. Great opportunity there. And that is a fractionally stronger hit putt. Not even 1% did he need to get that ball to go in the hole.
A hole you can certainly make something happen on is 11, the par 5. There have been a couple of eagles and 14 birdies, Doug Bell, so far.
Here at the par 5 11th, Peter Malnati is on a heater from 80 yards. Just put his 3rd shot to 4 feet. This for another birdie. The putter sends it up to the hole and into the bottom it goes. So Peter Malnati is now 15 under par with a birdie here at 11. He is 6 under for the day.
He's got the MO going. We're talking about the back nine being a little easier than the front nine. He got the 2 of the 3 birdies on the first 3 holes, made a couple more with a birdie at 4 and birdie at 8. Now back-to-back birdies at 10 and 11. Malnati 6 under in his round, and we're going to see if he can get on that little bit of a run that we saw Camilo Villegas get on earlier today, where he made 5 in a row.
He's doing what he can to keep pace with Sergio, who's 1 up heading to a par 3 at the 4th in 60 seconds.
Next week, the quest for the FedEx Cup.
Green. Poston remains at 14 under. Snedeker remains at 13 under. Now Sergio Garcia on the tee. This hole playing downwind off the right. It's 186, but a treacherous back hole location. Obviously, the mistake you don't want to make is long. There's plenty of groom on the green. A little short and left of the flagstick. Again, wind coming slightly off the right. Garcia at 2 under. Makes contact with the tee shot. Is high into the air, out to the right, now turning over to the left. That lands on the left side of the green, almost pin high. That'd be a lengthy putt, but good shot here at the 4th for Garcia at 16 under par.
Yeah, getting to hold that green, not that easy to do. We've seen a lot of shots today just go zooming through the back of the green and going over. And there's been some birdies from back there and some pars, but there's also been some bogeys. So getting the ball to stop on the green there, playing a little down breeze, as Carney mentioned, very good shot.
All right, Cameron Davis now looking to pick things up. He's 2 behind, Carm.
Yeah, interesting thing. I mean, no question, as Dennis mentioned, probably some nerves. Obviously, he's an accomplished player, but you're trying to win an event on the PGA Tour. It's always difficult. But he's even par, 14 under for the tournament now, 186 here at the 4th. The Australian takes the club way back, high finish. Starts this one to the right side. Ball now trying to drift left, and that doesn't carry far enough, and that finds that right greenside bunker. And probably will come back down into the bottom of the bunker a little bit. He has some green to work with, but he won't be able to see the flagstick. Davis in the right bunker here at the par 3 4th at 14 under.
There hasn't been anybody really in that bunker. There's been one in the front bunker, not the back bunker, and there's been a lot of balls in between the 2 bunkers, but it's kind of about even money on whether you get that ball up and down. So he's going to be tested a little bit here at the par 3 4th.
Yeah, after missing a couple of really makeable birdies. I mean, at least get one of those. He's had a couple of chances early, and, Sergio has done the opposite. The couple of putts he's had, the good birdie looks he's converted, and right now that's why Sergio is in front of Peter Malnati by 1. So the leader still early in the round. Malnati on a birdie run to start the back 9, 10, and 11, and he's keeping pace pretty quickly with Sergio Garcia right now. Those 1-2 in the leaderboard, Doug Bell.
Well, Earl out here at 12, Peter Malnati, boy, he's swinging with confidence. Finds the fairway down the right side. He'll have 146 coming here to the 12th. It is down breeze, and he took full advantage. Peter Malnati, again, 6 under for the day, 15 under for the championship.
It's just up the right-hand side, creating an angle. It looks like he may be just in the first cut to be dependent upon the lie, but he's opened up the green. The whole location, as I mentioned, in the back left portion of the green, it's one that from the right-hand side, he can be a little more aggressive on the line if he's not going to be able to completely control his spin.
And Sunday's always a different day, but so far for the week, Malnati's a guy that's played that 3-hole stretch very well this week. He's birdied 16 twice, and then 17 and 18. In fact, that was part of a 4-birdie-in-a-row run midway through his round when he teed off in round 2 in the back 9. So, he's got 4 birdies in that stretch, just 1 bogey the 16th yesterday. And, he may need some there coming in today. And so far he's got the early birdies. Now, if he can keep it going, give something for Sergio Garcia to think about here early in the Sunday.
Yeah, you're right, Earl. There's not that many players that have played those last 3 holes well under par, as he has, 3 under par for the 3 days. I mean, that's a great stretch on a difficult finish on this golf course. With all of his drives than the 2 measured holes this week, he's 3 yards longer off the tee on every hole. To your point, Earl, he's an aggressive player. He uses that driver everywhere and is going to try to fit that ball in the fairway. That does not happen very often on the PGA Tour.
It's official now. Stewart Cink with a par save there from 67 feet back of this green here on 18. So Stewart Cink with a 7 under 65 finishes the tournament at 13 under par. He'll sit now and wait.
Yeah, he might not have to wait that long, but he's going to wait. I mean, he's leader in the house, and he's going to be leader in the house for a little while anyway, that's for sure. No one anywhere near him on the golf course. Peter Malnati actually, a couple shots ahead of him, but he's only on the 12th hole right now.
To Mark Carnevale.
Sergio Garcia did find the green here at the par 3/4, but on the left-hand side has 54 feet, putts to this back right hole location. This putt's going to move right to left the whole way. Sergio, a long, lengthy stroke back, ball working right to left, working down towards the hole, holding that finish, and it's going to come up a bit short. So Sergio will have some work left for his par here at the 4th to stay at 16 under.
Little work, but still, good smart shot in the middle of the green. I mean, the par 3s have been up there near the top of most difficult holes all week long, and it's no real difference today. You've got to put the ball in the green, give yourself the best opportunity. A lot of these greens are push-up greens, and they're intimidating looking from the tee. Carney?
And there's a lot of undulations, not just at the hole locations, but past them, and that was what Sergio was concerned about. He's left this almost 10 feet short. Now putting again, this one for par, though. Ball will trickle to the left side the whole way as that starts down the right, turning left towards the hole, and he dropped it. Oh, heck of a two-putt here at the 4th for Sergio Garcia. He remains at 16 under.
Yeah, the par 3s, great putt for Sergio right there. The par 3s on the front, the 2nd and the 5th most difficult holes in this final round. On the back nine, 10 playing a little easier, as is number 13. They're the 10th and 11th most difficult holes on the golf course. Both the par 3s on the back nine are playing under par.
Now Cameron Davis trying to make a par here, Carn.
And pretty good pitch shot. Again, that ball hung up above the green, and there was a sprinkler hit, but I know he called Sergio in, and they determined that there was free relief. I don't know if it was a sprinkler hit, but they got relief from something. And so he has played his second to 7 feet behind this hole. A little bit of an easier putt from back of this hole location, 7 feet, working right to left, ball up to the cup. He stood up immediately, flares his hands up both ways, and obviously confused by the speed and the break of these greens now. That is a bogey here at the 4th for Davis. He'll drop back to 13 under.
His comfort level on the greens seemed to be a little different than they were in the opening round. It's really weird that he's putted so well in 2 of the rounds, and he was 115th in that second round. And right now, his strokes gained putting is not very good. He's missed a bunch of short ones early in just 4 holes.
Up ahead at the 5th, upcoming par 5 for that final group. Christopher Ventura gets one. He's on the board now, 1 under through 5. Couple of birdies after being 1 over early. He's birdied both par 5s, so doing what he needs to do, chasing win number 1. He's to 14 under and keeping pace with Sergio in front, minus 16 still, and Sergio's putter holding up. So far, so good today, Doug Bell.
Here on the 12th green, Peter Malnati has 12 feet to get to 16 under par. This would be 2 birdies in a row. Uphill putt that should swing from right to left. Shadow streaming behind him. Left hand low. Stroke sends it up at the hole, rolling towards the cup, and into the bottom it goes for Peter Malnati. That's now 3 in a row for Peter Malnati, and he goes to 16 under par.
Wow. He is on fire right now and in what we call the zone. Strokes gained putting. He's second right now, but that's without that putt being added to the list. He's already picked up 3.16 strokes without that birdie putt there, Earl.
Making a big charge on a Sunday, so we have 2 co-leaders again. One on the front, Sergio Garcia. One red-hot Peter Malnati on the back nine as we continue our PGA Tour radio coverage from the Country Club of Jackson in Mississippi this week. It's the final round of the Sanderson Farms Championship.
On the tee, it's 153 yards. It's a front right hole location, which brings that big bunker into play. Malnati with a tee shot high to the sky, moving it from left to right, and that ball will land in that right greenside bunker. He's just past hole high. The ball will be slightly above his feet. He's on the short side, so Peter needs to get up and down to keep this thing going to stay at 16 under.
And so these moment of truth holes in these rounds of golf. Malnati making a huge charge, 4 under in his first 8. And then the couple of birdies here to start the back nine, a few of them now, as he's on a roll, 7 under for the tie for the lead at minus 16 now. Has some work to stay there, Mark Carnevale.
Out here at the par 5 fifth, JT Poston was just short of the green in the rough, had 80 feet, pitched the ball to 6 feet. He's going to have this for birdie to go to 15 under. Brent Snedeker just 2-putted for his par here at the 5th to stay at 13 under. But now JT, all pars, 4 straight pars. This is a 6-footer, but it's a tricky little 6-footer. It's kind of downhill, down green. Should try to go slightly to his right. The man out of Western Carolina University extends the hands down the putter, ball away, up to the cup and in. Nice putt here for JT Poston at the 5th. The birdie takes him to 15 under.
All right, just one back. So JT Poston finally getting a birdie on the board and trying to climb back up near the leaders. Well done.
Well, right now you're just trying to hang in on the front 9, Dennis. I mean, the lead is not getting too far away. 16 under. Sergio, the perfect start. 2 early birdies for him, and it's taken a great round. A great run by Peter Malnati, 7 under through 12 to catch him. So, all those players on the front 9, patience can pay off. You've got a real stretch on the back 9. You can get on a run, and you just know you're going to have to hold on down the stretch over the final 3, certainly at 18 coming in. So it's still a tight golf tournament and still tied up.
Yeah, and right now I'm going to give the nod to Sergio in the sense that the putter's been there. He's hit some shots, and they've been in that makeable range, and let's not forget, probably the longest putt he made was the putt he just made back there at the par 3 4th hole for a par save, for a 2-putt. So Sergio's doing everything he needs to do to this point to win the golf tournament, putting the ball in the fairway for the most part, giving himself looks, and that par save at 4 was huge as it looks right now.
Yeah, everything he's needed to make today, Dennis, you're right, he's made, and there's no shakiness at all with the putter. And a lot of times on Sunday with a guy that's kind of been struggling with that, in his case, for a while, as good as it's been this week, it can show some signs of shakiness early, but not yet. And that's the reason why Sergio has gotten himself to the top of the leaderboard in a shared 16 under, Carney.
And he's given himself those chances, Earl, and obviously the 1 putt back at 4. Sergio will have that birdie putt to try to get 17 under here at the 5th.
All right, giving himself that opportunity to try to get it up and down out of the bunker. It's not been a good place to be. I thought when he hit it there, that'd be a good spot to be. Not many players have got it in that area there at the par 5 5th.
And so work, and a lot of it for Sergio Garcia to possibly add to his total, but it's been a steady start for him and a great round for Peter Malnati. And we've got these two at 16 under par. Now Malnati 5 holes away from finishing up the round, and a lot about his chances, Dennis, now are going to really hinge on what he does at the 2 easy holes there in the middle of the back 9, 14 and 15, Mark Carnevale.
Out here at the 5th green from the right fringe, 62 feet, Cameron Davis sends the ball up on top of the shoulder. Now the ball's going to pick up speed, working down towards the hole, towards the cup, and that's a good effort. That's inside 3 feet. That's well judged for Cameron Davis. He points to the right. He thought that ball would go right off that ridge. Instead, it stayed left. But he'll have a chance to bounce back with a birdie here at 5 to get back to 14 under.
Peter Malnati, you mentioned it, Earl. He's played 14 and 15 very well. He's got an eagle and 3 birdies on these 2 holes for the first 3 rounds. So if he could pick up a couple shots right here and get somewhere, if he could post 18 under par, that'd be a pretty nice number to have sitting there. Lunch is going to taste very nice while he watches these boys play the back.
Yeah, may have lunch, may need to play some more golf, but yeah, 18 under is right in the sweet spot. Sebastian Munoz won. That playoff number was 18 under a year ago. Ryan Armour's total 19 under in 2017-18. Peter Malnati won at 18 under 2015-16. So maybe a couple of birdies coming in, a 9 under round for 18 under. Maybe that's lucky 18 for him again, Mark Carnevale.
Now Sergio, that bunker shot released a little bit. He's got 9 feet. Again, this is a tricky part of the green because it's down green, a little downhill. But this for birdie to get the 17 under. Sergio, 1 slow, methodical practice stroke. Now we'll slide the TaylorMade Spider in behind the golf ball. Spreads the feet. Looks at the ball, now looks at the hole, back at the golf ball. Draws that putter back, makes contact, ball working down the slope towards the hole, and that's not going to drop. It just slid by a little bit. And Sergio will tap in for his par. He'll remain at 16 under with a par here at 5.
Yeah, I'm not going to. It's his worst statistical category of all of them right now. He's 2 of 6 out of sand, and he's a really good sand player. He's tied for 44th. Every other statistical category, he's better than that. Fairways, driving distance, driving accuracy, approach to the green, approach around the green, that 10 to 12 foot range. And that's why this par 5 played so difficult today.
Yeah, it's part of that stretch. After the first 3 holes in the front 9, that has been difficult all day. The back 9 playing a full shot under par today, Doug Bell.
Yeah, Earl, Peter Malnati taking advantage of this back 9. Now here at the par 5 14th, hit a nice drive up the left side. And what I've noticed with Peter is that he's added a little distance off the tee. He only has 268 to the hole. That's 259 to the front of this green. And he's going to go for it as soon as the group in front putts out. I mean, he's got the green light, and he's going to give it a go. And I'm telling you, the old Peter Malnati would not have done that. He just didn't have enough firepower. And I think with all the talk of ball speed and all the things the players have at their disposal, I think it's helped a guy like Peter Malnati a lot.
6th green now. JT Poston from 15 feet. This ball on the way towards the cup, and that had some pace, and it drops. So Poston buries the birdie, back-to-back birdies for JT. He's now at -2 for the round, -16 for the tournament.
Another piece of that lead. He's getting that going. It's kind of the way he played yesterday. Kind of got off to a soft start and started making some birdies, and he's kind of in the mix now at 16 under par.
Yeah, showed no panic yesterday and the same today after all those pars to start. So, he back-to-back now that he's got to 16 under. He's got a piece of it. So Poston, Sergio, and Peter Malnati at 16 under par. And Malnati, as we expected, Dennis, look, keep pedal to the metal. Keep being aggressive on this back 9 stretch where you can be rewarded with, some birdies here in 14 and 15, maybe a possible eagle as well, one he had yesterday at 14.
Yeah, he made that eagle there, and he's put it right down the middle of the fairway, so he's got an opportunity to at least go for the green. We'll just have to wait and see what he's going to do there, and I think we're going to get an answer pretty quick. Let's go to Doug.
Yeah, Dennis, the green just cleared, so Peter Malnati has wiped off the grips. He's talked to his caddy. He's looked at the book, and he's done a number of practice swings. He's going for this green. Again, 268 hole, 259 front, and the swing from Malnati, and he's pointing with his right hand to the right. And that is headed over my head, and now on the cart path, and on the other side of the cart path. But he's hole high, just on the other side of the cart path, and he's only about 40 yards from the green. So potential for getting up and down is still there. The lie is not bad. I mean, the ball's right in front of me.
Okay, it's not a whole lot of green to work with. That's the only issue whatsoever that he's got to deal with. But he does have that opportunity.
Steady Sunday for Sergio Garcia, 2 under, birdies at 1 and 3. A few regrips on the tee at number 6. As Sergio's going to hit this driver, line it up. It looks pretty good as it heads up that left-hand side. Yeah, it's in good shape and turns back to the middle. So Sergio kind of walked after that one, striped it up the middle for Garcia at number 6.
Yeah, a little dogleg left. He took it up over the corner of the dogleg, and him and Cameron Davis both got it in the fairway there. So that group kind of hitting on cylinders now and playing very comfortably as they're playing the 6th hole. Really nice little dogleg left par 4.
And just got a number on that. That was 337. Sergio, yeah, he hammered it lead. Sergio, JT Poston, Peter Malnati, our 3 co-leaders on a Sunday as we continue our PGA Tour radio coverage. Season-long points race for the FedEx Cup. A 3-way tie for the lead. Final round, Sanderson Farms Championship.
141 to this front right hole location, just 6 paces on, 5 off the right. The green does tilt a little right to left in the front here. What wind there is kind of back into his face, particularly on this angle. The voice you heard there is it's Andrew Shooten, caddy for Cameron Davis.
With some hurt, I like that. I think it's going to be. All right, take your time. Get that good picture.
Coming off his first birdie of the day back at The fifth currently even on the round, 14 under. Again, 141. Pretty good angle, maybe a slight downhill lie. As Davis makes contact, and this ball heads towards the left side of the green. And it's going to be a little long and left. Not bad distance, but that'll be a tricky little putt outside 25 feet for Davis here at the sixth.
You spoke a little bit about that tweener number there. I think he wanted to hit wedge, but didn't want to balloon it, and kind of just tugged the 9-iron just a little bit in between the number there, Carn. And now Sergio right in the mayor's office here. He's playing some solid golf.
Yeah, that was a really good tee shot. There's a huge oak tree, a couple oak trees on the left-hand side that Sergio just took this tee shot right over it. Now 119. Pretty flat lie, maybe just even slightly uphill. Ideally, you'd want to leave this a little short and left of the flagstick. There is a bit of a false front here as well. So Sergio, a couple of waggles. Knees bent. Still waggling the club, now set to draw it back. This ball on a great line, but this needs to go. The wind gobbled that one up. Landed just off the edge. Fortunate that didn't spin back more. He's only some 25 feet away, but that'll be downhill, kind of across the slope for Sergio. That wind really picked up hard as he hit his shot.
There's not a whole lot of green in that chip shot, though. Sergio, really good around the greens. I don't think he'll putt it, even though he can. It's closely mown, but it's so into the green that he'll probably want to chip it, I would think. We'll just have to wait and see what Sergio decides to do. But even though he missed the green, I don't think it's a horrible leave. Carney did mention the fact that there will be some pace, because you would much rather be short and left than almost pin high and right.
Let's go to Doug Bell.
Peter Malnati is off to the right of the cart path, but only 34 yards from the hole. He's got 12 feet of green to work with on this side of the cup. He's on the short side, blade wide open. There's the wedge play up and onto the green, past the hole location, rolls out to the middle of the green. So he just played it safe. Didn't try anything fancy. He's outside 25 feet. That'll be for birdie coming up to get 17 under.
Yeah, Doug, that was really inviting to want to kind of bounce it up there in that closely mown area a little short, and if it doesn't come off, then he's got a tricky little chip. There's only been a couple players that have been down in that area, short and right of the green, and neither one of them got it up and down. So I think that was a smart play that he did. Kind of out of position, keep it there, don't lose a shot, and he's still got another opportunity at 15, and he still can make a long putt. Who knows?
Here at the par 3 7th now. JT Poston. So playing 215 with a back left hole location. It's a high draw, and he is eyeballing this. That's going to be in the front portion of this green. So plenty of distance left for JT Poston for yet another birdie, looking for 3 straight. JT Poston right now at minus 16.
Yeah, but that 7th hole, man, it's playing over par. Second hardest hole in the golf course. I think every player at 215 would like to just put it on the green and give himself that opportunity to make a birdie. If not, just walk away with a par. Let's get back out to Doug.
Here at 14, the par 5, Peter Malnati, 27 feet for birdie try. Long rhythmic stroke sends the ball down the line, rolling out towards the hole, and that rolls past the hole, and look out, that rolls all the way up, close to the collar on the opposite side, and he's kind of mumbling to himself. Gosh, he's maybe 10 feet by. So that'll be for par to stay at 16 under par. That got away from him.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking a little bit too much about the moment right now instead of just trying to play one shot at a time, because he knows he's got a special round going. Let's get back out on the course. Carney?
29 feet for Cameron Davis here at the sixth, putting from behind and left of the hole as that ball works down the slope out to the left. He stands up as that ball continues to roll. A little bit past the hole, I believe. But it looks like he's going to walk up and tap that in. He'll stay at 14 under with a par here at 6 for Cameron Davis. Let's go back to Doug Bell.
Peter Malnati playing quickly. This is for par to stay at 16 under par here at 14. Coming back up the hill. This is 10 feet. The putt rolls up at the hole and into the bottom. Well done. Wow, that first putt clearly got away from him, but he rallies with a nice par putt, and Peter Malnati keeps things going in the positive direction. He stays at 16 under.
That first putt was absolutely hammered. That's a really good comeback right there to keep that momentum, and now he's going to the drivable par 4 15th, and I think with his length, it's pretty average. It might be almost the perfect number for him. And now, let's head back to the 6th hole. Carney, looks like Sergio's ready to go.
And he's going to go with putter here, Dennis. Getting about 7 feet of closely mown fringe to go through. He's taking a lengthy, slow practice swing. Again, the key is you got to get to a point on the green, and then the grain and the slope should carry the ball to the hole. Sergio now for birdie from off the green here at 6. Again, 20 feet away. Putter back, ball now onto the green. This has plenty of pace, working right to the left, and that goes a little past. That's 5 or 6 feet by, so Sergio obviously liked that. I like the play as well, but just gave it a little too much.
Yeah, I think more than anything, he was just factoring in a little bit of the fairway speed, slowing it down. He hit it a little firm. Chick?
JT Poston now here on 7 from 45 feet back up the hill. This ball should track towards his right. This ball now on the way, halfway there. That's going to come up short, asking for it to go a little further, and kind of slumps his head. He'll have outside 5 feet for par here to remain at minus 16.
Yeah, well, that hole location is the last half of that putt kind of goes downhill, but it slowed down a little more than he thought it was going to. So disappointing effort there for JT, and he has some work left. Sergio has some work left. Malnati just had a lot of work left. He made it and gave a little shimmy shake with the shoulders. Pretty happy to walk away with a 2-putt there after knocking his first one 10 feet by.
Let's head back to Mark Carnevale.
Now Sergio Garcia, 5 feet for his par save, and assuming he paid attention to the putt of Cameron Davis, his putt will be on the same line as he's putting from left of this front right hole location. Again, the ball's just going to trickle a little bit to the right. And on these putts, you just got to keep the pace up. Easy to miss them as soon as the ball rolls out of energy, or runs out of energy, I should say, as Sergio, after the one practice stroke, slides the putter in behind the golf ball. And see if he keeps his head down here, looks at the hole, back at the golf ball, draws that putter back, keeps the head steady, but then just missed it. That one looked like a very tentative stroke. Did not even get to the hole. So a bogey here at 6 for Garcia. He drops back to 15 under.
Yeah, that was not rhythm. I like runs out of energy, I get, but rolls out of energy is actually properly spoken, and it doesn't sound maybe the way we used to say it, but I think that's a great thing. Balls don't run, they roll.
Well, let's see if JT Poston can roll this one in with enough energy from 4 feet 10 inches here on the par 3, 7th for par, ball on the way, and that just coals around the left edge and it rolls on the backside. He just bends over, can't believe it. Oh, painful bogey for JT Poston after 2 straight birdies. He's back to 1 under on his round, minus 15.
Wow, Chick, that's as sharp an edge as we've seen all day today. That got a lot of the hole going really slow to not go in the hole there. Wow.
Peter Malnati is our outright leader. Let's head back to Doug Bell.
Well, Chick, Peter Malnati, he's one of the fastest players in the PGA Tour. He wasted little time, got up on that tee with a driver, and, he swung right away, hooked that drive, and it went over close to the tree line, and luckily it stayed about 2 yards shy of the thick trees on the left, which is up by the greenside bunker. So he can take a full swing, but he's on the short side, and it's going to be tough to get it close. The green is really firm, and where he has to land it, it slopes away from the hole location. So he's left himself in a very, very difficult spot.
And just before they hit their tee balls, Henrik Norlander just chipped in there at 15 for an eagle. He also birdied 14. So with those 2 or 3 real quick pickup shots, he's back to 6 under par in his round, and he's 14 under in total. And he's going to throw his hat into the ring, I guess, best to say, with 3 holes left to play. Let's get back out on the course. Carney?
And tee shot for Cameron Davis here at the 7th, goes left of the green as he stands with hands on hip back at the tee, and that is a mistake. There is a collection area over there, but that is going to be a tough up and down as the green sits above him. So Davis at 14 under, left of the green here at the par 3 7th.
All right, that's not where you want to hit it. That's going to be a tough up and down there at the par 3. We talked about 7 playing really difficult. Second hardest hole in the golf course. You got to hit that green.
Peter Malnati, your leader at 16 under par, 7 under on the day. But Henrik Norlander at 6 under, second best round. Stuart Sink came in early at minus 7. Really good 2 weeks there from Stewart Cink and moved up that FedEx Cup points board. Let's go back to Carney and Sergio Garcia.
Out here at the 7th, Sergio and caddy Michael Kerr talking about what they want to do here. Again, ideally, if you could land this maybe 25 feet short of the hole, even though it's downwind, there's a little bit of an upslope there. That should take enough of it off, but again, I'm not sure you go flag hunting here. Again, long is not good, left is not good. And this is just one of those holes, you put it on the green, 2-putt, and get out of here with a par. But Garcia coming off just his 4th bogey of the week. Back at the 6th, now set to go 215 yards, downwind, here at the par 3 7th. Sergio, again, those waggles that he does, regripping the club. Now will be set to go as he stands over it, draws the club back, makes contact. This one looks to be on a pretty good line. It's going to land right about that spot of that upslope, and a little unfortunate, didn't release a little more, but that's good. That's right on line. That'll be outside 30 feet for Garcia. Looking for a bounce-back birdie here at the 7th to get back to 16 under.
Tough hole location on the backside of that little ridge, playing 215 yards, and this hole today is playing at how many over? 10 over par for the day. 15 bogeys and just 5 birdies at number 7.
Yeah, so this stretch here after the first 3 in the front 9, telling the story right now with some bogeys by JT Poston, Sergio Garcia, leaving Peter Malnati on the back 9 at 15, 7 under round, in front by himself now, 16 under, Doug Bell.
Well, he's in a little bit of trouble left of the green here at 15 after his drive. Luckily didn't go into the trees, but he's so close to all that shrubbery. Some overhanging vines could be inhibiting a backswing. He walked up on the green and looked far left. I mean, that's the safe play out to the left. You got a lot of green to play with. Peter now takes the swing. Looked pretty clean, lands just short, and now dribbles onto the putting surface and rolls out towards the hole. What a shot for Peter Malnati. He's got about 8 feet for birdie. He walks out from the trees with both arms extended. There's nobody to clap for him, but that was one heck of a shot from Malnati. Birdie putt coming up.
Wow, took a chance from being out of position, and that's one of those right there where that's that call, Earl, that we make. Not afraid to lose a golf tournament, taking that hero shot on when he's got that opportunity instead of playing safe to the fat part of the green.
Yeah, like any sport, to win it, you can't be afraid to lose it. And right now, Peter Malnati in front. Look here, this is a critical stretch because you don't get the birdie at 14. You want to make one at 15 now. You want to pick one up before a tough 3-hole stretch, and he's got a chance here maybe to extend that lead, maybe to a little 2-shot cushion. He's got just a few holes to play after this, so it could be a number on the board for everyone to shoot at as the afternoon goes on. Malnati looking for another in 60 seconds.
Get 2021 PGA Tour season at PGAtour.com.
Here in the 15th green, Peter Malnati, after a Superman shot close to the tree line left on the short side. He's inside 10 feet and looking over this birdie putt that would move him to 17 under par. This putt should move a little bit from his left to right. It's a speed putt, and we'll call it 7 feet, shadow right behind the ball. Putter now slides in behind the ball. And he backs off, took a deep breath, and then backed off, wants to give it one more look. Again, he's got to pick the right line because it won't take much to get it to the hole. Peter lines it up, staring at the hole, and now steps in. Slides that putter behind the ball, and now the left hand joins the right on the grip, and it's left hand low. In position, the stroke. Sends the ball up at the cup and into the bottom for Peter Malnati. What a birdie at 15. He grabs the ball with a big smile and a tip of that floppy cap. He is 17 under par.
That is stealing. Run to the next tee. There's no way you should be making two from where you were right there. That was an incredible up and down for Peter Malnati, getting him to 17 under par with those 3 tough holes to play. A little bit of a respite at 17 today with that whole location. They're making some birdies at 17, but 16 and 18, you got your hands full coming in.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Sanderson Farms Championship from the Country Club of Jackson in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update brought to you by MasterCard. Tap and go with your MasterCard, the simple, secure way to pay.
What a sizzling Sunday for Peter Malnati. That birdie at 15 gets him to 8 under on the round, 3 holes to play. Some tough ones coming in, but Malnati now to 17 under par with a 2-shot lead. Sergio Garcia, JT Poston on the front 9, both 1 under on their rounds early. They are 15 under and 2 back, tied for second now. Henrik Norlander, 3 to play. He's 14 under and 3 back, 6 under in his round. CT Pan 5 under through 13, so he's getting to that stretch at 14 and 15, the par 5 and the short par 4, just 3 behind now. CT Pan tied for 4th, 14 under. Brant Snedeker, Cameron Davis still on the front 9 at 14 under, all 3 shots behind Peter Malnati now. Mark Carnevale.
At the par 3 7th from just off the left of the green, Cameron Davis came up short of the green with his second shot. Now outside of 30 feet for par from off the green as he gets that onto the green. Now taking the turn right to left towards the hole. He bends his knees as the ball slides by, and that rolls by a good 3 feet or so. So Davis will have that for bogey. As he converts that, he'll drop back to 13 under par.
Bit of a struggle for Cameron Davis today. Corey Connors, also a little bit of a struggle for him. He's 1 under through 11 holes. He's 11 in total, runner-up here just a couple of years ago. Sebastian Munoz, our defending champion, right where he started the day. He's even par through 14 and -9 for the Sanderson Farms Championship.
Corn Ferry Tour on the Georgia coast in America's most haunted city this week as the path to the PGA Tour visiting Deer Creek course at the Landings Club for year 3 of the Savannah Golf Championship right now. Kevin Doherty is your leader by 2 at 22 under par. He's got 2 holes left to play, as does Evan Harmeling, who is 2 shots back. There are 2 tied, 3 shots back, George Cunningham and Austin Truslow.
LPGA Tour, they just finished up a few moments ago near Atlantic City. ShopRite LPGA Classic presented by Acer. Mel Reed shoots final round 67, wins it at 19 under par. Jennifer Kupcho finished 17 under, solo second, 2 shots back as they are done now at the Bay Course at Seaview Resort in Galloway, New Jersey, near Atlantic City. We are nowhere near done today yet. Peter Malnati taking that lead, adding another one, so he's 17 under, Mark Carnevale.
After a really good tee shot here at the par 3 7th, Sergio Garcia now 29 feet for birdie. This is slightly uphill for about 10 feet, and then it'll start going downhill and turn to his right. Garcia trying to get back to 16 under. Draws the putter back slowly, gets the ball now on top of that ridge, breaking down towards the hole, out to the left, holding the finish. Oh, and it drops right at the end. A little fist pump there for Sergio Garcia. Hell of a bounce back birdie. He's back to 16 under with a birdie here at 7.
Making a long putt, Sergio. That's a huge bounce back for him. Making the, I'm going to call it a mistake at 6. He was just off the edge of the green in that first putt. Just a little too much gusto on it. Didn't hit a very good second putt, but that was a beautifully struck putt right there for Sergio at 7 to get that birdie. Not many made there all day long. So Sergio back to 16 under.
And that solid putting stroke. Man, what a big bounce back for him. The short miss at 6 and then the long make at 7. So Sergio is back within 1 now. Solo second at 16 under par. A lot of this story today on a Sunday is going to be told by how well Peter Malnati plays his final 3-hole stretch. 2 of the tougher holes today, 16. Boy, and like you've called it, Dennis, kind of the signature hole on this golf course, the Country Club of Jackson. And you can get in some big trouble there with the water up along the left-hand side. 17 has been a forgiving par 4. It's not been a tough hole today. The 18th, though, is the toughest of the round. 3 birdies, 8 bogeys, and a double. So a hard stretch of golf, really, for Peter Malnati to finish it, but he's played well. 16, 17, and 18 this week.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, holes are hard only for your own personal whatever it is. You know what I mean? Sometimes the hole's set up to you and they're just fine. Other times they're not. I mean, there's holes out here where some of the best drivers, on the golf course can't put the ball in the fairway on holes that seem to be pretty easy. And well, Malnati has not really struggled with 16 through 18, so it'll be interesting to see how he plays them with all of everything that he's trying to play for right now, it has such a great round of golf going.
Now, he was 9 under to start this round, so he was 5 shots back starting his day. 8 under par round for Malnati to get him to 17 under par. May need at least one more coming in, but a former champion making a big push on a Sunday. The winner 2015 of this tournament, a one-stroke win over David Toms and William McGirt for his Sanderson Farms championship win, and trying to make it 2. 2 of those trophies in the case. The rooster, right?
Trying to get a pair of roosters. I like it.
Yeah.
No question. It's such a cool looking trophy. It really is. And that's what your reference point is. So,
the Chaucer's Chanticleer, right, is what it's based off of. And it's unique to this golf tournament, the Sanderson Farms Championship. And Malnati has put himself in position at least to do it, but it's going to be a long wait. That's the thing. No matter what number he posts here, I mean, my goodness, a lot of these players in the mix. Sergio Garcia now 1 back, still, almost more than an entire 9 to play. He's back at the 8th hole, so it's going to be a number that's going to be on the board if it is for Peter Malnati for a while. But a 1-shot lead now as he hits that final 3-hole stretch. Let's see what he can do here, Doug Bell.
Well, Early put his drive in the right-hand rough, and the lie is not good here at 16. So let's see if he can pull off a good shot. And there's some guesswork involved. He's going to advance it, but he just doesn't want to catch a flyer and go over this green. He's got 194. Not a great lie. Here's the swing.
Over to 16, Doug.
Peter Malnati finally decides on the putter from off the back of the green here at 16. He's outside 40 feet. And he pulled the putter way back, gave it a big strike, and now rolling up and over a ridge down towards the hole. The ball rolls out, and he's got about 3 feet outside right. So he'll need that to stay at 17 under par. Peter Malnati here at 16.
As many times as he kind of was indecisive there, the fact that he pulled out putter and then hit a good one, pretty good right there. He really didn't feel comfortable with that wedge, not sure what kind of strike he was going to get, and then he uses putter, and invariably you hit it too hard when that ball's sitting down just enough where you're not sure if you should use putter. He uses it and does it very, very well. Looks like a great opportunity to save his par to stay 17 under at 16.
Yeah, he's got a par saver. Sergio, a long par saver back at the 8th hole, so 2 critical putts coming up in 60 seconds.
The PGA Tour and PGA Tour charities are focused on providing help and support to local communities. The recently launched COVID-19 PGA Tour and Tournament Charity Relief Funds will assist in raising funds for the PGA Tour communities, as well as to the greater coronavirus relief efforts of the American Red Cross. Golf can continue to bring us together to support each other, inspire each other, and unify as one. Learn how we can support each other at PGATourCharities.org.
Whether you're competing, continuing to trickle a little bit, but that's that range. That's 5 to 6 feet for Sergio. This for bogey now. Currently at 16 under, going to drop at least 1 shot here at the 8th.
Yeah, he was hoping to have a little better speed there, just kind of clean up a mess that he's already made by driving it into the penalty area left off the tee there at number 8, and he's still not done.
Yeah, not at all. So Malnati's going to have a par save to extend the lead, Doug.
Yeah, this is a big-time knee knocker for Peter Malnati. Big scoreboard just off the edge of the green. Knows the story. 3 feet for par to stay at 17 under. Malnati slides the putter behind the ball, left hand low. The stroke sends it up and into the bottom, a no-doubter. So Peter Malnati misses the green but gets up and down to stay 17 under par, headed to the par 4 17th.
Yeah, if he puts the ball in the fairway and can make a birdie at 17 and par 18, 18 under is going to be a good number. The back nine is a little gettable, though, Earl. Just when the number's posted, it becomes a little less gettable for a lot of the players that are trying to chase.
You're at 9 green now. JT Poston for a chance for birdie from 17 feet now. This one should break down towards his left. That's headed towards the hole. A little buckle of the knees there as it comes under the hole. So Poston, the birdie opportunity falls by the wayside. He remains at minus 15.
Man, that's good opportunity. Couldn't get it done.
2 shots back, and Sergio did clean up 2 feet for the bogey, but a mistake off the tee cost Sergio 1, and now it's a 2-shot lead for Peter Malnati. Check.
Ninth green, Brent Snedeker now from 11 feet. Downhill putt, should break to his right now. That one headed towards the cup, and that is going to fall off to the right, asking for it to slow down. It does. So Snedeker with a par here at 9. An opening 2 under. He is at minus 15.
That's a good number to be at right now. I know that Peter Malnati's there, but you got a lot of holes left to play. Save those pars and don't make any bogeys. And now the back 9, where we got some gettable holes on this back 9 getting started, could be a very interesting next hour, hour and a half.
And we'll know what the target score is in about half hour. Peter Malnati, 17 under. 2-shot lead with a couple of holes to play as we continue our final round coverage from the 4th of 50 FedEx Cup events for this FedEx Cup regular season. It is round 4, final round of the Sanderson Farms Championship.
Up to 30% for your workers' comp insurance. Ask your insurance agent for Pie Insurance or get a quote in 3 minutes at saveonpie.com. That's saveonpie.com.
Sanderson's Farm Championship. Country Club of Jackson, about 30 minutes away from the mighty Mississippi River, about 30 minutes to the west of where we are, Jackson, Mississippi. Peter Malnati, 17 under, a leader by 2. Final round, Chick Hernandez.
10th tee for Brent Snedeker. Par 3, playing 228 to a back right hole location. He missed it. He left that one out right. Well, he did not like that from the get-go. That's going to fall wayside, just over the greenside bunker. He's got plenty of green to work with, but not his best effort.
Snedeker right now tied for second, just making the turn with JT Poston also through 9, 15 under. Henrik Norlander, one of the others in second. He only has 1 hole to play, so he's ahead of where Peter Malnati is the leader with 2 to go at 17 under. Then Sergio Garcia, who's coming off another bogey. It was a great start for Sergio today. Birdies at 1 and 3, had the early lead, but a couple of bogeys his last 3 holes. He's now among those tied for second, 2 back, Chick.
And JT Poston now here at the 10th tee. Again, this one playing 228 to a back right hole location. Poston 1 under on his opening 9, currently at minus 15. Iron in hand. Lets that one rip. That's a high draw. That's got a pretty good line for JT Poston. And that's going to carry the greenside bunker. That's a fantastic shot from JT Poston. He'll have a look just inside 15 feet for birdie to get to minus 2 on the day, minus 16 overall.
Yeah, so most of these players, 3 of the 4 tied for second, have tons of golf to play. 2 behind Peter Malnati, who's running out of holes. What's been a brilliant round, though, for him. 4 under in the front 9. He birdied 3 of the first 4 today. Got off to a quick start and has kept it going. Started the back 9 with 3 birdies in a row, and 8 under round has him 17 under in the lead, Doug Bell.
And he hit a nice drive here at 17 up the right side of the fairway and leaves him with 145. And in a moment, we'll try to get this close to maybe tack on 1, or what he hopes is two more birdies to end the day.
He did that in the middle of his round 2 on a Friday, teed off on the back 9, birdie, and in fact 15 through 18. So he has a birdie this week at 17, has 1 birdie at 18. He was in that second round. He's done it before. We'll find out if he can.
Slightly above his feet in this tilted fairway. Back left-hand corners with the holes cut. Moving it from right to left. Malnati watches this as it flies and lands in the middle of the green and then bounds forward. He's hole high right outside 25 feet. Long birdie try coming up for Peter out here at 17.
Let's go back to number 9, Mark Carnevale.
Yeah, middle of the fairway here at the 9th for Sergio Garcia, coming off that bogey, and it's 101 to this middle left hole location. Obviously, a lot of holes left for Sergio, but this would be one you maybe like the birdie and then head to the back 9 where all those holes are, where the guys that are now leading the golf tournament have played and have taken advantage of. Sergio goes down and through this one. This kind of flighted low, this right on line, turns a little bit to the right, hits some 8 feet away and sticks right there. That'll be inside 10 feet, just right at this middle right hole, left hole location for Garcia. Looking for another bounce back birdie. The one here at 9 would take him back to 16 under.
Yeah, and Tyler McCumber, who made that charge a week ago at the Corrales Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship, and had his career best finish, second behind the winner, Hudson Swafford. He started the back nine, hitting shots, two of them inside 3 feet at 10 and 11 for back-to-back birdies. So that tough par 3, not as tough today, the 10th hole, and gets one at the par 5. Tyler McCumber may be a factor again on Sunday here. Chick Hernandez, he's now sitting at 14 under, 3 back.
Well, we've had 13 first-time winners at the Sanderson Farms Championship, and the last 6 in a row have been first-time winners.
Keegan Bradley now long putt at the 11th, par 5, 55-footer, ball rolling. Oh, this is a good-looking roll, and it drops in. For Keegan Bradley,